We'll reconvene the hearing from December 12th, 2022, the City of Freeport Electoral Board hearing dated today for the 19th of December at City Hall, City of Freeport at 314 West Stevenson Street. It's now 1:30, and we will be hearing from case Pearson versus Busker, case number 2022 EB01. So to identify the board members, Jody Miller, Mayor and Chairman of the Board.
Yes, Don Parker, Alderman.
Debbie Anderson, City Clerk.
So we will call the case Wendy Pearson versus Patrick R. Busker, case number 2022 EB01.
Okay, and just so that we can kind of just lay a roadmap out for everybody with regards to how this actual hearing will proceed. So my name is Aaron Zito. I'm the city attorney for the electoral board. After I finish with my little statement here, I'm going to ask the parties, objector and candidate, to introduce themselves. Then I'm going to ask for opening statements. The objector is going to be given an opportunity to make an opening statement. The candidate then is going to be given an opportunity to make an opening statement. Then after that, the objector is going to be given an opportunity to present their case and any witnesses, evidence that they may have in support of their case. The candidate then is going to be given an opportunity to cross-examine or ask any questions that they may have of the objector. At that point then, after that's done, the candidate is going to be allowed to present their case, provide any witnesses or evidence that they may have in support of their position. The objector then is going to be given an opportunity to cross-examine or ask the candidate any questions and after that, then we're going to have closing statements. Where the objector will be given an opportunity to make their closing statements. The candidate's going to be allowed to give their closing statements. At that point, then we're going to close the evidentiary portion of the hearing, and then the board is going to be given an opportunity to deliberate and discuss and render their decision. Ultimately, whatever the decision ends up being, we are going to end up recessing this then to, I'm going to suggest Wednesday, because I have to prepare a written order that you guys will have to approve, obviously not knowing how you guys are going to vote on anything. I don't have an order prepared for today. So this is what we did with the last round in 2018. Because you have to go back, we have to have you guys approve the written order in an open session there. So that'll be the process there. Do you have any questions there? Mr. Russell, do you have any questions? Okay.
I do, excuse
sure.
me. During our portion, are we allowed to ask questions during that section?
Yes,
Okay.
during deliberations.
Okay, yep.
Yes. There. So, okay, so I'll already have appearances from everybody, but I will ask the objector to introduce themselves.
Attorney Kylie Miller on behalf of the objector.
Okay. And the candidate?
Candidate Patrick R. Busker.
Okay. Mayor, I'm just going to ask you to swear in both attorney.
I don't think I
you
get
know,
sworn in.
Because your client's not going to be here.
No.
Okay, that's fine. And Mr. Busker, you don't have an attorney there, but you'll just be presenting evidence on behalf of yourself. Will you go ahead and just swear?
Sure, would you raise your hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Correct. Yes. All right. Well, then we'll go with the objector. Any opening statements?
Yes, good afternoon, panel. Like I said, I'm Kylie Miller on behalf of the objector in this case. Mr. Busker submitted a petition packet to be placed on the April ballot. As part of that packet, he submitted exactly 25 signatures. That is the statutory minimum required to be placed on the ballot. However, we are objecting to 2 signatures, which we believe are legally deficient. One based on the signature failing to match the registration card, and the other because the individual is not a registered voter and is in fact a canceled voter. After our statements are complete and after presenting evidence, we will ask that both signatures be stricken, and for a finding that candidate Busker has less than the 25 statutory required minimum and should therefore not be placed on the ballot for the April election.
Mr. Busker, do you have an opening statement?
I do. As regards to the signature that they claim that that was not the signature. Handwriting changes over time, but in regards to the canceled order, I stipulate to that, and with that being said, I would like to withdraw my petition for candidacy to keep the election board and everything. We gotta keep elections honest. And as my own research, I found that my petitions were not of the 25 signatures. So with that being said, I'd like to withdraw my petitions.
Attorney, do you have any?
I do not.
Any objection to that? There's, okay. Well, I will say that this is the first time I've had this happen. There's a little bit of uncharted territory here, but I don't think that there's a need and it's necessary to go into the hearing at this point there. So, or at least any evidence portions of it. So I'm going to close that in light of the fact that there doesn't seem to be the need for any evidence to be presented in support of Mr. Busker's withdrawal of his petition. So we'll just go straight into a deliberation by the board here. Obviously, the board has heard that Mr. Busker is withdrawing his candidacy petitions and is basically acquiescing to the fact that his name will not be placed on the ballot for either the primary or the consolidated elections there. I guess my question to the board is just to hear from each of you that you acknowledge and accept the fact that he is withdrawing his petition papers and that your finding is that his name will therefore then not be placed on the ballots, either the primary or the consolidated election ballots. Also, at least that the order can reflect that outcome.
There is a withdrawal form, I'm sorry, were you going to?
No, go ahead.
There is a withdrawal form. Will that need to be completed, or will this be more handled through the electoral board decision?
I think what you have is the timeline.
I don't know when those needed to be submitted.
Right.
I think there could be a belt and suspenders approach to this, given the fact that, certainly Mr. Busker wants to file that withdrawal form. That could be done to the extent there's a timeline that maybe he might be outside of that window, then that might not be effective, and therefore I think I would still encourage the board to at least make a decision, given the fact that we've convened the electoral board and there is this current process going on there, that you guys still make a finding and come to a conclusion that he has tendered his withdrawal of his petitions, and therefore as a board, you guys are finding that his name should not be placed on the ballots there. So if each of you could just kind of state for the record, how you, if that's how you feel, please state that. If that's not how you feel, if you don't accept his resignation, then state that as well.
Would that be needed in a motion?
Yes, I'd like to get some discussion
Okay.
first there, just to hear what everyone's position is, and then ultimately, then if there's a concurrence, then a motion can be made in the second.
Well, Patrick, thank you for wanting to be a man of integrity. I don't believe that it was your intent that you had anyone's signature that wasn't valid. So thank you for calling it like it is, so we appreciate that.
It's a lot of integrity, and thank you, I understand that. Definitely.
At the end of the day, that's all you got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there any way I could see that signature that isn't supposed to match? Or is that inappropriate?
Sure.
Is that
You can, there,
But
see,
it doesn't
we're not
change
we're
anything.
not- it's not gonna change anything.
No, it's not gonna change anything, I just,
Yeah, sure.
curious how different it is, because I know my signature is probably different than it was when I registered years ago.
So highlighting kind of.
So what I'm hearing from the board then is that everyone is in agreement to accept Mr. Busker's withdrawal of his
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, do we need the motion to
Yes.
include what is the correct word, sustaining the objector's petition?
Objection.
Objection.
Yeah.
Oh, Don, I would be interested in just seeing that.
You can have that, I've got multiple
Okay.
copies.
Sorry, I should have said something.
So I guess to help aid the board then, that the motion could be that, in light of Mr. Busker's withdrawal of his candidacy petition, I move to sustain the objections of the objector and find that candidate Busker's name shall not be placed on the ballot for the February 28th, 2023 primary election or the April 4th or the April 4th, 2023 consolidated election. So I would like to make that motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Who was the second?
Motion was
done.
Second was done.
Oh, the mayor did
Okay,
too.
either one's fine.
That was unanimous then. Votes voted. So I still need to prepare in order, nonetheless, a written order, because that's what the statute requires.
Sure.
Is that there be a written order and findings and orders. So my thought is that I would like to reconvene this Wednesday at 2, because my office is already going to be here earlier in the day, just to help, keep things efficient for the city there, if the board is available at that time to just formally approve the written decision.
Yeah.
Turning it or if you
I'm
don't have to.
actually
do
not,
that.
but I'm gonna waive notice on that. If you just wanna email me the order, that would be sufficient.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll be in deposition, so.
Does that work for you, Don?
Ms. Busker, is that right for you?
Wednesday at 2.
I'm actually, I'd be okay with just email.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That other thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, then next on the agenda.
Is public comment? Are there any public comments? Seeing none?
We're
Take a
going to
motion.
recess a motion to recess to,
Okay.
I move to recess until Wednesday, the 21st at 2 p.m.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
that was 12:20.
Can I have the recorder, please, Don?
Mhm.
Sorry. Are you gonna take a moment, or can I start the recorder?
Hang on one second, let me get my next file.
Well, I'm not sure that you're ready.
No, there won't, my witnesses aren't here yet. One is, and then I got another witness coming in at 2 o'clock.
I told him it's officially at 2:30, but we could go faster if you wanted to, so.
We can get,
Oh, this is-
Okay, well, you let us know when you're ready then.
that's just one.
Yeah.
She can come in.
Yeah, oh, you can come on in.
Oh, okay, so Aaron, if you're
Yeah,
like, easier
please.
for the case
Sure,
law,
okay.
I'll be citing you quoting, I just echoed this.
Thank you.